Hi everyone, Sabrina here from Scrappy Tails Crafts, and today I'm really excited because we are launching the Home is Where Mom Is collection today. So I'll be showing you guys all of the new stamps and dies that are officially available for purchase today. So if you see something that catches your eye, definitely head on over to the Scrappy Tails website. I will have a link in the video description. So this is actually Scrappy Tails' third release, which is very crazy. Time is just flying by, and I really feel like reaching a new release is like a milestone for me. It's really hard financially to, stock up on the inventory for a new release, and you guys are the reason that I'm able to bring new product and continue what I love to do, which is illustrating, designing, and making cards. So I really just want to let you guys know how much I appreciate you if you purchase something, or even if you just engage with me on social media. All of that really helps gain me some exposure. It helps my Google rankings, and in turn helps my small business. So yeah, I just thought I would thank you guys there. But before I get started showcasing the new product, I do want to mention that there are some giveaways happening this week and next week. So there will be the normal $100 gift certificate that I will be giving away in this video, and I'll let you guys know how you can enter at the end of the video just to keep you guys sticking around. And then I'm also going to have my normal Instagram giveaways next week. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, after you're done browsing and shopping, head on over to Instagram, give me a follow, and then you guys can enter into the chance to win a couple of the stamp sets that I show in today's video. And then on March 21st, we are going to be having a blog/video hop, which we've never done before, and I'm really excited about it. The design team is going to be each showcasing one or two products from the release, so you're sure to be completely inspired on that hop. There's gonna be tons of inspiration, and I'm really excited about it. So of course I will be giving away prizes for that hop, and I will be sure to remind you guys on social media and on my YouTube channel so that you guys can hop along with us. So I think I covered everything. I want to go ahead and start showcasing the products because it's a big release. So let's go ahead and get started. I will see you guys on the other side of the camera. All right, I am back, and I'm gonna change up the way I normally do this showcase video. Usually I go through each product one at a time and show you card designs as I go, but it gets a little bit confusing once I start showing card samples that feature more than one product. So I think I'm gonna do it Tim Holtz style and show you the products first and then show you the card designs. Now that being said, usually a week before a release, my mom and I hunker down in her craft room and create tons of card samples specifically for this video, just to give you guys some ideas, some inspiration, and show the versatility of each die set and stamp set from the new release. But unfortunately, last week my mom had a terrible arthritis flare-up in her knee. She had to have emergency knee surgery, and she's been in the hospital ever since. So I'm filming this video the day before the release, and she's still at the hospital. So part of last week and all this week, my dad and I have been taking turns visiting her at the hospital. So I just did not have a lot of time to create card samples. Obviously she couldn't, so there's not going to be quite as many for this video. But, I explained the situation to my design team, and they were awesome. So as soon as they got their products, they started creating and sending me pictures that I could insert at the end of this video to give you guys some more card ideas. So I'm so grateful to have them. They really are such a great team. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the pop-up die, which is this one here, move on to the standalone dies, and then we'll finish off with the stamps. And the name of this collection is called Home is Where Mom Is. So it does have a Mother's Day theme and a general house theme, which you can see with this slimline pop-up here. So I'm going to break the rules and show you what this looks like because it doesn't look like much in the packaging. So I do have a card sample. I actually filmed how I made this card in yesterday's video. I'll have a little eye that you can click to, but make sure you click it at the end of the video so that you see all the products first. I'll set this over to the side, but as you can see, it is a slimline birdhouse pop-up. It is so cute, and you guys are really excited about it. I am too. I love slimline cards, and when you can make it into a pop-up, that's even better. So, I'm gonna go ahead and break down each piece of this die so you kind of know what everything is. So you get the roof line, which adds more detail to the front of the birdhouse. You get the base, which you cut out twice from heavyweight cardstock. And then I gave you 2 window options. So from one of the base panels, you're gonna cut your windows. So for this design, I went with the traditional long style birdhouse that you would see outside. And I went for the circle cutouts, and then I added the flower frames around each circle. So that's this die here, just to, you know, further decorate it. I also gave you a heart window option with the stitched heart frame to go around it. And then I also gave you a slightly larger circle and a slightly larger heart. So if you want these openings to be bigger and you want to see more of what's inside, you would cut from the slightly larger ones instead. Okay, and then you get a couple bird perches. So here's one that's slightly bigger. I kind of thought that you would add this to the bottom of the birdhouse just to kind of ground your birds. This one right here is slightly smaller, so I envisioned it kind of being under a window for the birds to perch on. You get the bridge. So actually in my sample, I did not use the bridge, but if you want your birds inside the windows to kind of float right behind the window, you would use this bridge to do that. And I'll show that in upcoming videos, but you really don't need it. As you can see, I just glued the extra birds directly to the back of the card panel, and really cute. You can see right through those windows. And then this piece right here is the connector. So you're gonna wanna make sure, you know, this is a big boy set. So big that it didn't fit on our largest packaging. So you are gonna get 2 pieces that are going to be paper clipped together. When you get it home, staple it, move it to your magnetic sheets or whatever you do storage-wise, but make sure that they're together because you're gonna need this piece specifically to create the pop-up mechanism. So that's what this side panel is, and all it does is connect the 2 bases together. It's a basic accordion fold, and it's probably our easiest pop-up we've released so far. So as you can see, it folds down as opposed to the side. That's really the only way we could create a vertical slimline pop-up, but you still get the same amount of dimension, still pops up really cute, and it's still very interactive. So I did try to utilize as much space as I possibly could on this die set because it is so large. So I did manage to fit the letters HOME and then the little tweet over to the side, so you can say home tweet home to decorate the back of your box. You can add it to a flat card with the little bird images. So I thought that was a nice little addition and really fit the theme of the die set. So it's a really, really cute pop-up, and I will say that because it's our biggest die that we've released thus far, it is at a higher price point, but I will say that I want you guys to get a lot of use out of it. So we plan on having add-ons for future releases. So for Halloween, you can create a haunted house with this set. For Christmas, you can create like a Santa's workshop. So you guys will be pulling it out more than just one time a year. You'll be using it hopefully all year round. So speaking of add-ons, we have an add-on for this release. So I'm gonna pull it in. All right, so this set here is called the Neighborhood House Pop-Up Add-on. So you can use the same card base and the same mechanism on the side and completely transform that house into a neighborhood house with this set. So here is a card sample I made yesterday. Again, I'll have the video linked if you want to see how I made it. But this is just so cute. You can open the little doors. Again, it folds flat. On this one, I added a very simple sentiment inside of a heart. So really great for like a new neighbor or someone who just purchased a new home. I still think it's really cute for Mother's Day as well. But let me again break down everything you get in this set. So you do get 3 different window options. So you get a square window, a tall rectangular window, which is what I used for this card, and a tall rounded window. And then you get your chimney, which is right here. And then this beautiful door. I had a lot of fun designing this door. As you can see, it's a Dutch door. So there's 2 doors that open to reveal what's inside. And I went with the Dutch door so that you can see more of what's inside the pop-up. And these little pieces on top are these decorative panels, just to, you know, make your door really fancy. This small die right here is the door handles. You get the cute little flower box that you can add underneath your windows. You get some flowers, some leaves to go in that. You get the attic window, and you get all the cutouts to cut through the panel so that you can see what's inside the pop-up. So just like the birdhouse, it has that really fun interactive element, and the door even opens, so it's like another interactive element to this card design, which is really fun. And you might notice that there are slightly larger shadow dies behind the window frames here. Those I added if you want to make this into a flat card, and it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to explain, so I'm going to have to show it in a video. But if you want this to be a flat card, which you definitely can do that for the birdhouse and the neighborhood house, and I'll show you an example of that. And I wanted to give you guys the option to add more detail to the windows if you do a flat card design. So again, I'll show that in a future video. So you might have noticed with those two samples I just showed you that each of them had a cute little background to them. And that is these two dies here. So they do work very well with the pop-ups. However, they're not exclusive to the pop-up. In fact, I used the brick during Sneak Week to create a flat card, and a lot of the design team members picked up these two sets without necessarily picking up the pop-up. So I think this is a great staple to have in your stash. I don't believe that there's any brick dies or wood grain dies on the market. So I think these are really unique, very, very popular with the team. So yes, for the neighborhood house, you get the brick. So again, I'll pull in that sample. It really makes it look like a traditional brick house. I love it. And then the wood grain here, I made it a little bit subtle, so it's kind of tone on tone, but you can definitely go for like a dark brown and make it more visible, but it does add a really nice texture to the birdhouse. So yeah, I thought those were a nice addition, and I can't wait to use these also on flat cards. I think they'll be a lot of fun. All right, so the next few dies I'm about to show you are standalone. So they don't necessarily go with the pop-up, but you can use them with the pop-up if you want. So let's start with the butterflies here. So I knew if we were going to have a Mother's Day release, we had to have butterflies. Some of you may know that before I started making stamps and dies, I sold my handmade greeting cards, and I probably made, with my mom, well over, I'd say at least 8,000 Mother's Day cards, because I did it for 5 years, guys. And the butterfly cards always sold out the fastest, so I knew I needed some for this Mother's Day release. That being said, I was a little bit hesitant because I know everyone and their mother has butterfly dies already in their stash. So I did try to make mine different in 3 ways. One, they're a really nice size. Each one of these butterflies can carry a card on their own very, very nicely. The second thing is I wanted them all to have shadow layers, because embarrassingly enough, I will admit that I probably own at least 30 butterfly dies, and not a single one has a shadow layer. And if they did, I had to pay separately for them. So nothing annoys me more than having to cut the outline of the butterfly, glue it onto some colored cardstock, and fussy cut around it. I feel like that defeats the purpose of a die. So I wanted to make sure that each of these had their shadow layers included. And then the third thing is I wanted these to be very lifelike, because I have a lot of whimsical style butterflies in my stash, and not necessarily a lot of lifelike looking butterflies. So of course I went to my grandma, who is, as you guys know, the most talented artist, and I told her I want some butterflies, and she said that each of these butterflies took 2 to 3 hours to illustrate. And that is because, as you guys know, butterflies are symmetrical. And bless her heart, I should have told her, because I do trace over her sketches digitally. I should have told her that if you send me half a butterfly, I can, you know, duplicate the layer, flip it, and create a symmetrical wing. But I forgot to tell her that. So she sent me drawings with perfectly symmetrical wings. I don't know how she did that. That seems physically impossible for me to understand because I also illustrate and I'm not near as talented as she is, but I don't know how you can make anything look symmetrical. So she did such an amazing job with these. I think these are stunning. So originally when she sent me all of these sketches, I wanted them all in one set, but after scaling them up, adding the shadow layers, it just would have been way too expensive to include them all in one set. So I decided to break them up into 3 sets based on their positioning, because I know some people might already have a lot of open butterflies. So you might gravitate towards the sitting butterflies or the flying butterflies. So that way you don't have to get all of them. You can kind of pick the ones that you think you need in your stash. So let's start with this set here. It's the largest of the 3, so it's a little bit at a higher price point. This one is called Open Butterflies, and I want to pull in what these look like die cut so you can see how amazing they look. So here's the 2 that you get in this set, and then I'll also pull in the shadow layers. So you can see you just layer them on top and your butterfly is done. You just smack that onto a card and that's it. And what I love about butterfly dies is you don't have to do very much because they're already so beautiful on their own. For me, and what I plan on doing in a video is creating a bunch of backgrounds like Jennifer Maguire style and just adding these as the focal point on a card. I pull in a card panel here so you can kind of see the size of these. As you can see, this definitely carries a card on its own. I would have like a little circle behind it, a really pretty background, and that's it. This one's a little bit smaller. You can put both of them on a card. That would be very pretty. If you're wondering, this panel is 4 by 5 1/4, so it's a little bit smaller than an A2, but I always use these kind of panels normally. So yeah, that's just what I already had pre-cut. So yeah, that one is called Open Butterflies. The next set here is called Flying Butterflies. So you get a butterfly kind of flying in profile and then this elongated one. I was really drawn to this set because I don't have butterfly dies in my stash that look like these. So let me pull in what they look like. So here's that side profile butterfly. Put it against the black so you can see. And then here is that beautiful elongated one. So they really look like they're flying. Again, let me put it against the card panel. I think these would be really great on the same card. And then again, you get the shadow layers, which I love. I love not having to fussy cut. And just look at the detail on these butterflies. I'm just completely amazed by how realistic these look. They're definitely the most beautiful butterfly dies I have in my stash. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased, guys. I really do believe that. So the last set is Sitting Butterflies. And I really wanted a Sitting Butterfly set because out of my 30 butterfly dies in my stash, I think I only have 1 or 2 that are sitting. And I really love sitting butterflies to sit on like a sentiment or a word die. So I did ask my grandma specifically for these. And I think out of all of them, these look the most lifelike because she even included their little legs. I don't know if you can see that. This one you can see a little bit better. See the little legs? You know how butterflies look like they're kind of like hee hee hee. That's kind of what this one's doing. But even down to the antennas and the face, the little eyeball, definitely, like she originally, I was going to make these into stamps, but I was like, stamps are just not going to do these justice. They need to be dies. So let me pull in the card panel again. I love the size of this one. Can definitely be the focal point on a card with a word die. That would be so, so cute. So here's the other one. So yeah, now if you were to ask me which one I would recommend for you to buy, I could not tell you. Honestly, I love all of them equally. So if you want all 6, I do have a bundle price where you can get 10% off. And if you use code YouTube10 at checkout, you can receive an additional 10%. So that would make these 20% off. I would highly recommend picking all 3 of these sets up because butterflies are just amazing on cards, and you don't need to do much to the card because these are the focal point, as I mentioned. So yeah, those are the butterflies. Moving along, the next set I have here is layering daisies, and you guys love the outline roses and the outline tulips, and you specifically asked for outline daisies, but upon further research, I kind of realized that there's already a lot of different variations of outline daisies on the market. So I went with a more whimsical approach this time and created these field daisies, or they're daisies, but to me, like, I designed them as if they're kind of like in a field. So they're designed in different angles, as you can see. So like this one looks like, you know, the wind is blowing down on it, so you see more of the center. This one is as if the wind completely blew over the petals, so it covers the center. I thought this was really cute and different. You have a couple open daisies. I'm not even showing you all of them right now. As you can see, you get 11 daisies in this set, and they're all different sizes. And like I said, I drew them as if, you know, it was a field of them. This one's really fun because the outer petals are longer and then the ones closer to the front are shorter. So it looks like a daisy you'd be looking at kind of from the bottom angle. So they all have kind of different angles and they're just very whimsical. The outline flowers are more elegant, but these are fun because you can layer them together if you want. So you can see, like, I can take a smaller one and put it in the center of a bigger one if you want. You can also add dimension to these, which you can't necessarily do with the outlines. So I thought this would be really fun and different. They still go really well with the vase and the basket. I plan on doing like a horizontal slimline and creating like a field of daisies with this set. Another really popular one with the design team. I do give my team members the option to pick what they want to work with, and pretty much all of them, you know, go for that option. And it has its benefits and its cons, but I think overall it benefits me and it benefits them more because obviously they can be more creative and I can also get a good idea of what's going to be more popular. And I do think that this one will be a really popular set, so I did order more of these. So yes, those are called layering daisies. All right, so the final die set we have here is called Motherly Circle Sentiments, and because it's a Mother's Day themed collection, I really wanted to have a couple sentiment dies, but I didn't want to have like your traditional word dies just because there's already so many of those on the market. So I went with circles, and this one here says Happy Mother's Day, and this one down here says I love you, Mom. I do have this set showcased on Sneak Week. I'll have a video linked. But believe it or not, out of all the stamps and dies that I designed, this set was actually the most fun for me. I don't know what it was, but I did hand letter the sentiments and I really enjoyed shaping them in a way that fit inside the circle. So I loved creating these two so much that I created an incentive die. And yes, I said incentive die, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video, but know that it does look a lot like these two. So yeah, that actually completes the dies for this release. So let's move on to the stamp sets. Okay, so the first two stamps I'm going to show you coordinate with the birdhouse. And I'm sorry guys, my lights are kind of hitting the packaging, so there's a little bit of a glare. I apologize for that. But I want to show you these two sets side by side because they were both illustrated by my grandma, but they're both slightly different. This 6x8 is more along the lines of my grandma's style, so more realistic, more elegant. And this set is more whimsical and more cutesy. So I wanted to give you guys both options because I know there's some different styles of card making out there, but they're both very cute. So let's start with the 4x6, and this one is called Mama Birds. And as you can see, they are all hummingbirds. And the only difference with these is, you know, I got my grandma's sketches and all I did was stylize them a little bit more so they're more cutesy. But they still have all of the amazing detail. I left that in so that you guys can color these in, and it gives you a good idea of where to add your shading, because there are those little flick lines inside each stamped image. And this one is actually my favorite hummingbird. He looks like he's smiling at you. And then in this set, you get a couple Mother's Day like bird punny sentiments. So you get Happy Mother's Day, Mom. You make life tweet. You mean the world to me. Mom, thank you for giving me both my roots and my wings to fly. Thank you for all you do. And then congratulations to the new mama bird. Very, very cute. Okay, and then the other bird stamp here is 6x8. So this is a new size for Scrappy Tails, and I love it. I love how many birds you get here. And like I mentioned, these are more true to my grandma's original artistic style. She actually sends me very hyper-realistic sketches. So they look like the real birds, but I do stylize all of her sketches just so that they're more like stamp or color friendly for you guys, because I know if there's too much detail, it might not be as fun to color. But you can clearly see what each bird is. Like this is very clearly a blue jay. These two are robins. I'm not sure what these two are. I kind of think this one looks like a pigeon. Not to be rude, I like pigeons, but that's kind of what it reminded me of. This one I think is a chickadee. This one's kind of like a crow, maybe. I don't know. I'm not well versed in birds. I love them. I think they're really fun for spring, but yeah. But they are very realistic looking. You also get the tree branch, which is nice, you know, to add your birds on top of. The bird bath. So these two images I illustrated to go with the birds. And then you get a couple flowers if you want to add some flowers to the branch. And then for the sentiments, they're a nice large size. So you can say a little birdie told me it's your birthday. And then there's also spread your wings. I thought that was a pretty sentiment for like an encouragement card or like a graduation card maybe. So yeah, those are the two sets that coordinate with the birdhouse. Now I do have a set that coordinates with the neighborhood house, and this one is called Home Furnishings. I illustrated this one, and in this set you get everything you need to decorate the inside of your neighborhood house. So you can see when I open the doors here, you can see a fireplace, a chair, a lamp. Up here you can see a couch, I'm sorry, the glare here, a grandfather's clock, a coffee table. You also get a couple more images that I didn't put inside the house, but you can if you want. This little image is kind of like a tea setting with some chairs. You get a little side table with a plant, two different lamp options, some little picture frames. So everything you need to create a really cute like living room scene. And the sentiments on this set say new home, new beginnings, new memories. Congratulations on your new home. Wishing you many years of happiness and love in your new home. And then home is where mom is, which is the name of the collection. So I thought that was cute. And actually, my in-laws, so everyone from my husband's side of the family is in real estate. So my sister-in-law is a residential real estate agent. My brother-in-law is a commercial real estate agent. My mother-in-law is a home stager, and my other brother-in-law is a house flipper. So everyone except my husband is in the real estate business, and they've been asking me for some like house cards that they can give to their clients. And I think I can finally make them some because this is such a cute little pop-up. So yeah, that one is called Home Furnishings. And then the next set is called Oopsie Daisy. I do have this one showcased in a sneak week video, but this set includes some daisies that my grandma illustrated, and then the little bees I drew in. I thought they would be very cute with these more whimsical daisies. And then in this set you get Oopsie Daisy, I forgot your birthday, have a beautiful day, you make my daisy, hello, not a daisy goes by that I don't think of you, and happy bee day. So again, very punny sentiments. You know I love my puns. So this one was by far the most favorite stamp from the release with the design team. So I did order more of these. They're so pretty. I love this specific daisy right here. So yeah, this one's called Oopsie Daisy. It's a 6x6. And then we have one last stamp set here. This is another 6x8, so it's nice and large. And this one's called Rose Trellis. I illustrated this one. You get the rose trellis, 2 different benches. So this one's like a traditional like white bench, and this one's a stone bench. And then you get a couple images to have on top of the bench. So you get the little kitty, the puppy, the sun hat, the pillow, and then this is like a bouquet of roses. And then in this set, you get the sentiments, wishing you a day filled with smiles and laughter, wishing you a day as special as you, and then this beautiful happy birthday. I love this font. I'm definitely going to use this in upcoming stamp sets. But yeah, I really wanted a set for scene build and something to go well with spring birds. So I do have a video on my channel showcasing both of these stamp sets together. And as I mentioned, they're kind of meant for scene building, and they also look really cute in the pop-ups that we offer from Scrappy Tails. So yeah. Okay, so our final 2 items here are our incentives for this release. A lot of you have reached out to me saying that you want incentive products, that it might, you know, persuade you to purchase like $10 more to get it. So I heard you guys. I am also a stamp and die purchaser, customer, whatever, and I too appreciate when there's incentives. So these are while supplies last, and they're exclusive, meaning once they're gone, I'm not going to reproduce them. I'm not gonna like rerun them in any way. So once these are gone, they're gone. So maybe one day they might be worth something. So if you spend $75 or more, you will get this 3x4 stamp set here, which is called Home is Where Mom Is. I did hand letter the sentiment, and it's in this cute little house. It goes with the theme of the whole collection. I thought it kind of tied everything in nicely, and it's really cute. I would create tags out of this, maybe do some ink blending. So yeah, very, very cute. And then if you spend $125 or more, you'll get the stamp plus the You Are Beautiful circle die. Like I said, it matches those Mother's Day ones. All right, so now for the fun part, I'm gonna show you the card samples that I have created, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to insert the design team photos, probably over music, so that you guys can get some more ideas. But let's go ahead and get started. I know this video is getting long, so I created a shadow box for this design. A lot of the cards I'm about to show you, I showcased during Sneak Week, so definitely check those out if you want to see how they're made. But I used the slimline shadow box and then some images from spring birds and rose trellis for this scene. Very, very cute. I even decorated the back with a gift card holder. I white heat embossed one of the sentiments from rose trellis that works really well for Mother's Day. So very cute little scene here. I also created a coordinating flat card, and there's something about this card I love oh so much. It's such a serene looking scene with the rose trellis, the stone bench, and the sleeping puppy. This is an A7 size. I love creating larger size cards, and because, you know, it's a 6x8 stamp set, so the images are quite large, and they hold an A7 card or carry an A7 card very nicely. Again, I use that same sentiment down here. I love it. It's great for Mother's Day or like for a friend or thinking of you. And then I created a slimline using Oopsie Daisy and that slimline brick background. So you can definitely use that die on flat slimline cards. Adds some really nice texture. And then I have some elegant cards where I use layering daisies, which is fun because layering daisies is it's a more whimsical style, but you can definitely dress them up if you want, you know, with gold foil cardstock. And then I use the circle, motherly circle sentiments in the center, and then I have 2 sitting butterflies in this card, and I use the A7 pop-up die to create this little box. There's also the mechanism at the bottom, so it pops right up. Very, very fun. And then to go with that card, I created a square flat card. Again, layering daisies, the motherly circle sentiment, and then the sitting butterfly Very, very pretty. And then we have obviously the pop-up designs. So I showed these a couple times, but I'll show them one more time. Again, I love with the neighborhood house, you can open the door and you can see the furniture inside the windows and inside the door. All of the furniture pieces are from Home Furnishings. And I even decorated the back with a little heart that says, wishing you many years of happiness and love in your new home. Perfect for a new homeowner. I just think that's such a cute die set. And then here is the birdhouse that I showed a couple times. And then I added the Home Tweet Home with a little bird on the back of this one. And then here are two that I haven't shown yet. I forgot to mention that you can make these into mini slimlines. So I think they're 3.5 by 6.5. So I think they'll fit in a mini slimline. I haven't stepped on that train yet, but if it doesn't fit in a mini slimline, it'll definitely fit in an A7 envelope. So you can trim them down to create some different sizes, which is fun. Gives you another option. I went with the heart cutout for this pop-up. There's a little bird peeking through. And I added the bird perch to kind of ground this one bird. I added the branch from Spring Birds. And all of the birds here are from the Spring Birds stamp set. And then on the back of this one, I wrote, "Thank you for all you do," or I didn't write it, I stamped it. And instead of using the wood grain, I actually cut the base from pattern paper. So you definitely don't need the wood grain to create a really cute birdhouse. All right, and then I wanted to show you guys that you can use both the neighborhood house and the birdhouse to create flat shaped slimline cards. So here you can see this is a flat card, completely flat, but it's really fun because you can still have that interactive element where you can put something behind the windows. So for this card, I put my 2 sentiments behind the windows, and when you open it, you just see the cute little sentiments. And I use mama birds for the birds on this house. I also used a couple layering daisies, and the leaves are from Assorted Leaves. And I cut the wood grain background from light gray cardstock and did a white house this time, so it's a little bit different. I think if you have the Cardinal Blessing stamp set from Christmas, you can put cardinals in this birdhouse. You can put snow on the roof, create a really beautiful Christmas card. You can add poinsettias. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that on my channel. That would be a gorgeous card. All right, so that completes all of the card designs that I have created. I'm really excited about this release. You guys saw, as I was showing the products, I started getting more ideas of card designs in my head, which is always exciting as a card maker. So there's definitely more videos coming on my YouTube channel, and make sure you stick around to see what the other design team members have created so far. And I do want to let you guys know how you can enter the giveaways for this video. So I'm going to be giving away 2 $50 gift certificates. And all you have to do is leave a comment on this video letting me know what your favorite product is. And also make sure to subscribe to my channel. You have to be subscribed to win. And bonus points if you go and watch some of the sneak week videos that I've inserted along the way, and leave comments on those videos. Those will be additional entries into the giveaway. So I will announce the winners next Friday, so you have a week to leave your comments. If you share this video, that would be amazing. I'd greatly appreciate that. And I will direct message the 2 winners via YouTube, and then I can go ahead and email those gift cards. Okay, so that is going to finally complete this video. I feel like it's going to be very, very long, much longer than my other ones, but I did want to break down each die and each stamp and go kind of slower this time. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the collection. It's a big one, it's a fun one, and I can't wait to see what you guys create. So I am going to sign off. I'll insert the pictures so that you guys can see some more card designs, and otherwise I will see you next time. Bye!